In the last count, and according to records at the Universal Basic Education Commission (UBEC), Nigeria has 10.1 million out-of-school children. But at the Federal Ministry of Education, officials argue that the number is 6.9 million, following successes in creating access and enrollment in schools. According to Unicef Nigeria, the number of out-of-school children in the country is huge, and the argument over the actual number is becoming less attractive following a staggering new discovery among learners. UNICEF Nigeria claims 70% of school children around the ages of 7 and 10 do not have numeracy accuracy and cannot construct a complete sentence.
Now, almost half of these classes, 197,000 classrooms, are bad classrooms. And this is the definition, this is the categorization, the classification of UBIC. So again, we are sharing the government data here that tells us why we think there is a huge learning crisis in the country that's leading to 70% of our children are not reading or doing simple mathematics.
If you have 10.5 out of school and you have 80% or 75% of those in school not learning anything, what's the difference? Absolutely none. You might as well be at home. So that's what we're talking about. So we need to begin to push the agenda on quality, push the agenda on learning outcomes for children.
UNICEF blames the situation largely on poverty and lack of qualified and committed teachers.
Where you have poverty, the right of the child to education could be taken away. The Universal Basic Education Act makes it clear that it's an offense for a parent not to take the child to school. And that is where the issue of awareness comes in. Many parents, many people are not aware of this law. First instance, you'll be reprimanded. In the second instance, you'll be made to pay for not doing that. Or you can even go to jail, I think 6 months.
You can't put them in school and then they come out with nothing. They might as well stay at home. Our work is to put the thing on the agenda, put it on the front burner, and let action happen.
For the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, the 70% of poor learners which UNICEF is branding is incoherent, especially with several efforts to retain pupils in schools. UBEC argues that most states have been under security attacks by criminal elements and terrorists, which are more than enough reasons to create panic among learners and not just poverty alone.
No, UBEC has to be worried, but these are not scientific because you go and make a sectional survey and then come and make general statements. And that's the reason why I said to you earlier, we are engaged with UNICEF on this large-scale assessment that can tell us exactly what is going on. Of course, there are challenges, and we are worried about these challenges.
Because again, the expectation is that your child, my child, will be able to read and write, do simple mathematics by the age of 10. That's almost to grade 3. If the child is not able to acquire this, now the child is not able to learn. So that's why we are introducing remedial programming. And we have been operating in at least 14 states of the 36 states of Nigeria.
Most of the issues actually are not just out of school children, but even the few who are in school actually are not learning anything because the quality of teachers, in most states, teachers in the primary school are just political appointees.
Nigeria has returned to its ugly position as the poverty capital of the world, overtaking India, a development viewed by many as affecting the growth in several sectors, particularly education.
Even though the Universal Basic Education Act says education is free, compulsory at primary and first 3 years of secondary education, but there are still some hidden costs. Yes, the government will not give you sandals, government will not give you shoes, government will not, buy uniforms for the child. As a result of this, some of these parents may not want to send their children to school. They may prefer the child going to hawk to support the family.
While UNICEF and the Nigerian government tangle over whether pupils are learning in schools, they need to commit more funds to the education sector and implement to the fullest the new teachers' welfare packages remain sacrosanct. Abulu Osemahu, AIT News, Abuja.